Swim and Dive returns home for senior night.
And women's basketball splits a 2-game homestand.
All this and more
coming up
on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Penguin Rundown. We're your hosts this week, Chris Colella, alongside Corey McCrae. Corey, I haven't been up here with you for a while.
It has been a while. Honestly, I think we've had this YSU football helmet up here more recently than me and you have been up here together.
I would have to agree. However, we did have just the singular cup last week. Got some feedback from a couple people saying that we need to add a little more pizzazz. We got the football helmet.
Not only the helmet, we got the retro helmets.
We got the retro helmets. We got T-shirts. We got a pullover here, and what can you say?
We can open up a YSU shop.
We should. $5 a pop for each of these.
Unfortunately, we're missing football a lot, but hey, we got some tennis stuff to talk about.
Sounds good.
It was tough sledding for both tennis teams last week. Men's tennis dropped a 4-3 decision against DePaul, only winning the doubles point in 2 singles matches. The women had a long week of traveling, but unfortunately lost to Eastern Michigan on Friday and Bowling Green on Saturday. Both teams look to bounce back tomorrow as the men travel to take on Southern Mississippi, and the women will travel up north to take on Toledo.
The men's basketball team had a rough weekend, losing both games, dropping to 6-17 on the season. On Thursday, they traveled to Wisconsin to face Milwaukee, dropping that contest 66-55. A bright spot on the night was Garrett Covington. The freshman had 15 points, including 9 from behind the arc. The Gwens then moved on to face Green Bay on Saturday. The team had another tough go of things, losing 85-67, while Cam Morris dropped 17 points. YSU looks to rebound tonight as they host last year's Horizon League champions, Northern Kentucky, at 7 p.m. Then, Saturday night, they will conclude their 2-game homestand to take on Wright State. Both games are set to tip off at 7 p.m., and they can be listened live on 570 WKBN or watched live on ESPN3.
Women's basketball split a brief 2-game homestand with Thursday's win coming against Northern Kentucky and Saturday's loss coming to Wright State. However, a bright spot for YSU, Chelsea Olsen. The freshman registered a double-double and a 26-point performance in 2 out of the last 3 contests, earning her Horizon League Freshman of the Week honors for the 2nd straight week. YSU will begin the month of February on the road as they take on Horizon League opponent Oakland tonight at 7 p.m. Then on Saturday, the women will travel to Motown to battle with Detroit Mercy. That game scheduled to tip off at 1 p.m. Both games can be seen live on ESPN3 and live stats available through YSUsports.com.
The men's and women's track and field team traveled to compete in the Dr. Sander Invitational at the Armory in New York last Friday. Both teams had strong outings as the women's team placed 5th out of 37 teams, scoring 46 points, while the men's team finished 2nd with 57 points on the day, coming up just 11 points short behind Texas A&M Kingsville. There are plenty of phenomenal performances on the day, such as senior Amber Ells tying her school mark in the 60-meter hurdles, and senior Ryan Booth placing 2nd in the shot put with a throw of 16.40 meters. But the headliners from the event were Janie Corbett and Chad Zallo. Not only did Corbett win the shot put with a throw of 15.14 meters on her 2nd throw, but the senior was also named the Horizon League Women's Field Athlete of the Week. Then, Chad Zallo ran away with the victory in the finals of the 60-meter high hurdles with a winning time of 7.66 seconds, winning by 5/100ths of a second. The junior also came away with the weekly award, being named the Horizon League Men's Runner of the Week for the 2nd straight week. The Gwens will now look forward to hosting the YSU National Mid-Major Invitational inside the Watts beginning Friday at 3 p.m. and then resuming Saturday at 10 a.m.
The swim and dive team had a strong outing last week at the Illinois Dual Invitational. Over the last 2-day event, the Gwens were outscored by the University of Illinois. On Friday, Ada Urinovich took home 1st place in the 1,000-yard freestyle and 2nd in the 500-yard freestyle. The women collected a number of 2nd and 3rd place finishes on the day. On Saturday, Johnny Zotto and Taylor Bishop both had 1st place finishes in the 100 and 500-yard freestyles respectively. The Penguins had, again, quite a few swimmers finish 2nd and 3rd in multiple events Saturday. The team will return to Beagley Natatorium tomorrow night to host Cleveland State for senior night. The first event is scheduled to start at 5 p.m., so be sure to come out and support the women as this will be their last home meet of the season.
It's that time once again for the Penguin Play of the Week. Corey, what do you think we got?
I'm going to guess basketball, but there was a lot of plays, so I couldn't tell you which one.
All right, let's see what the control room's got us. It's going to be from the women's game last Thursday against Northern Kentucky, and India Benjamin going to float it up in a tie game, and she got it to put the Penguins ahead.
That was a nasty crossover. Finishes with the floater. You can't get any better than that. You know the defender's going over to the trainer after that one and check the ankles out because that did not look too good.
Oh, absolutely, and a huge clutch situation for the women's team. And less than 30 seconds to go, it's a high-pressure situation, something that a lot of people wouldn't be able to pull off with those situations. But she was cool, calm, and collected, showed confidence, and got it done.
That's India Benjamin for you.
Absolutely. Well, that just about does it for all of us here on the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out YSUsports.com. And don't forget about social media. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Chris Colella.
And I'm Corey McCrae.
We'll see all of you right back here next week.